The Dallas Mavericks are rolling right now. Coming out of their extended All-Star break, Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving picked up from where they last left off. They extended their season-high win streak to 7 games with a solid 123-113 victory over the Phoenix Suns. As Doncic, he was masterful once again. He finished with 41 points on 14-27 shooting to go along with 9 rebounds, 11 assists, and 3 steals in 38 minutes of action. Meanwhile, Irving, he put up 29 points on 11 of 18 shooting to go with 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal in 36 minutes. He was also a team best plus 20 on the night. These two are showing just how great they are together. They have been a lethal duo. The Mavericks, they trailed by 3 at halftime, but then opened the third quarter on a 16-0 run, and they did not look back. Dallas, with the win, pulled even with Phoenix in the standings at 33-23 and took the head-to-head tiebreaker with a 2-1 record in a pairing of teams battling for a guaranteed spot in the playoffs. This win will definitely go a long way for Dallas's chances of securing one of those top 6 spots. Don't look now, guys, but the Dallas Mavericks are officially getting hot, and they're starting to look like a legitimate title contender. What's going on, everyone? It is Luka here, back with another video. In this one, I'll be talking about the streaking Dallas Mavericks. If you all can do me a favor, please hit a like on the video. It helps it a ton. And also, please subscribe to the channel for more Mavericks content. I've been covering this team a ton lately, and rightfully so. They have been absolutely fun to watch. You look at the Mavs, they have now won 7 games in a row. The 7-game win streak ties the longest win streak of Jason Kidd's tenure as head coach of the Mavs. And Dallas is now 10 games over 500 for the first time in nearly 2 years. Luka and Kyrie combined for 70 of the Mavericks' 123. And for as great as they were, I gotta show some love to PJ Washington, who did an outstanding job covering both superstars in Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. I think PJ is playing great defensively. Jason Kidd said he's taking the challenge of guarding Durant. He switches on to Devin Booker. I thought he got his hands on a lot of deflection tonight, close quote. Washington finished the game with 12 points on 4 of 10 shooting to go along with 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 1 block. He was a plus 11 in 31 minutes as a starter. His offense still isn't where it needs to be, and it could definitely be a lot better, but you can see him steadily improving each game, and he's been thriving on the defensive end, which has been great to see. He also looks very happy being in Dallas and playing for a contending team. The Mavericks officially have a squad. This is a team that always seemed to be injury-riddled. Kyrie Irving has missed 22 games. Derek Lively II has missed 18. And Dante Exum, he has missed 24 games, and he wasn't available for Thursday's game, but he is expected to return to the team on their upcoming 4-game road trip, which is great news. Irving has only played 45 total games paired with Luka Doncic, despite being traded to the Mavericks before last season's trade deadline. So there is still so much more room for these guys to get better. Dallas has been scary good with Doncic and Irving sharing the floor. It has been even better when Lively joined them. Among the team's 3-man units that have played at least 250 minutes together, they have been the Mavericks' second best trio, outscoring opponents by 12.3 points per 100 possessions. This is per The Ringer. Now, before we continue on with today's video, guys, I want to talk to you about an amazing new promotion from BetUS. BetUS will give you an 125% bonus not only on your first deposit, but on your first 3 deposits up to $2,500 with the promo code JOIN125. Plus, they'll give you 10% gambler's insurance for your net losses if you're active every 6 months. BetUS is an awesome sportsbook and casino website known for 24/7 customer service, and they have one-day payouts. If you look at the BetUS website, you can bet on the NBA, and that's what I'm interested in. And right now, if you look at the futures, you look at the Dallas Mavericks to win a championship, you can find them at plus 3,500 odds. I think this is amazing value for the Mavericks right now, guys. No one's talking about the Mavs as a contender, but they're absolutely a contender in my eyes. So if you put $25 on the Mavericks to win the championship, you can win $875. It is definitely a bet that's worth making. So get in on the action today, click the link down below, and join BetUS. Thank you to BetUS for sponsoring today's video. So you look at the Mavericks and obviously the head of this team, Luka Doncic's play has been absolutely stellar. I mean, he is an MVP candidate, and for all the right reasons. And it's funny because I feel like Luka's not getting enough talk. when it comes to him winning the MVP. Seriously, what more does Luka need to do to prove that he's in the discussion to win MVP? He's got to be the front runner at this point. I mean, he's been absolutely ridiculous. His numbers have been on a whole different level since Christmas. I mean, he's helped lift this team to the 6th seed, and he has been the one guy that has been there, you know, through all of the injuries that this team has had to deal with. And he is the reason why the Mavericks doubled down the way that they did at the deadline, making nice pickups of PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford. And by the way, the Mavericks are now 5-0 since making the trade. So Luka is the engine to this Mavericks team, make no mistake about it. But now the parts are starting to do their job too, which is absolutely terrifying for the rest of the league. And you look at the Mavs depth, it is solid. For the first time since Jason Kidd was hired, he's going to have to now juggle through lineups to see what works best as we get close to the playoffs. When Exum returns, Kidd has to figure out how to work him in now. I mean, you got Tim Hardaway Jr., who's been definitely worthy of his minutes. Josh Green has been superb. You got Kleba, Jones Jr., Gafford, and all of a sudden, the Mavericks have to refine their lineups to their strongest because the Mavericks have a lot of very good pieces that are playing very solid basketball right now. And all of a sudden, the Mavericks do have big, nasty defenders who they can work in. They have their 2 star guards who are healthy. You know, you got a guy in Tim Hardaway Jr. who we got to give him some credit to because he's, you know, capable for a couple of 30-point games from off the bench. And he's going to be a lethal weapon in the playoffs. So the Dallas Mavericks are a very enticing team in the Western Conference. It was bad enough for teams to deal with just Luka on any given night, but now he has other weapons that he can go to. So good luck trying to stop this team. Lastly, what has really stood out to me about this Maverick squad is their commitment to the defensive end, and we've seen a stem from Doncic. And we know this Mavs team can put up a ton of points, they can score at will, but they have become a better defensive team, especially since the trade. So this team, they are committed to both ends, and it's no surprise that they're playing their best basketball right now. So the Mavericks are looking great, guys. They will now head out on a tough 4-game road trip. They're going to have matchups against the new look Pacers, Cavaliers, Raptors, and the Celtics. It's going to be a tough test for Dallas being on the road, going up against some of those teams. But with their depth and their superstar backcourt playing at the level they are right now, I mean, this team is going to be a handful to deal with for anyone. So the Dallas Mavericks, they are looking legit when it comes to being a title contender in the Western Conference. This team is playing at the standard that I know Mavs fans are very, very excited to see right now. So Mavericks fans, what have been your main takeaways when it comes to this Mavericks team? What do you want to see them work on? And what are your expectations down the stretch as the Mavericks try to close out this season strong? And they can still move up the standings. There is plenty of time for the Mavericks to get their way up in the West, because you look at the West right now, things are pretty tight. The Mavericks are just 1 full game back of the Pelicans for 5th, and they're 4 games back of 4th, which is obviously still within reach. So let me know your thoughts, guys. Hit a like on the video. Please subscribe to the channel if you are new. That is it for me. This is Lucas signing off. As always, thank you so much for watching. I will catch you all again in the next video.